The chopper of today is many things. It's a symbol of rebellion, of raw masculinity, of pure unbridled sex in motion, man. It's the embodiment of independence and individuality. It has also become a status symbol, a shiny new trophy for those with money to burn. Where it sits and what it represents depend on who you ask. Whatever way you slice it, they are incredibly cool. These days, obviously, there's no shortage of ways to get around town. But who wants to drive a car or trundle along in a truck when you can tear up the pavement with the hottest thing on two wheels?
Arguably, the sexiest machine ever made. The chopper.
Choppers are amazing showpieces of art meets function. And though the name implies destruction, the uber-sexy road beasts of today aren't chopped. These beauties are meticulously designed and built from scratch.
So let me ask you this, how long does it take you to build one of these? Like if I said today, George, I want a bike.
Each bike's kind of unique. Most of them take about 4 to 5 months.
Really?
Yeah. Bikes at this level usually take about a year. You know, there's 1,000 hours in building it and probably 5,000 hours thinking about it.
Boy, your ass is pretty close to that wheel though, huh?
Yep.
Back about 100 years ago, the chopper was a far different beast. She was more like a bicycle on steroids. In retrospect, it seems like a fairly obvious idea. You take a bike, slap an internal combustion engine on the frame, and bingo, you've got yourself a motorcycle. But no way, it wasn't so easy. The boys who did it better than anyone else and rose to the top of the pack were William Harley and Arthur Davidson. Transforming a bike into a motorcycle was an engineering feat. From the early bikes with a single-cylinder 75cc engine to the two-cam F-head 8-valve racers, innovation followed innovation. A 4-speed gearbox, boat tail lights, crash bars, cargo racks, sprung front girder forks, modification after modification after modification. Jerry Ryan is one of the owners of Wildside Custom Motorcycles. He's also a serious old-school chopper enthusiast.
Jerry! Jerry!
Hi, Jeff. How are you? Welcome to
well.
Wildside, man.
Thank you, man. It's good to be here.
Good.
So what is this?
It's 1942 Harley Davidson. They made them until about 1946.
As is? Like for the war?
No, this was all duded up.
Okay.
These
so
are
the
some,
tassels weren't, that's
No.
not an Army issue.
No.
So what would this have been like if I was riding around, say, Normandy, carrying a message?
Army green.
Right.
The lights would all be blacked off. There'd be no chrome onto it all. You could carry a rifle into here. You had your gas on this side so that you could drive the bike, technically pull the gun out and shoot with it.
Nice.
And of course you had the hand gear shift and a foot clutch. I don't know how anybody ever shot from it all.
No.
You know, it sounded good, but they usually just laid them down and shot from behind them. So what happened was after the war, surplus of these bikes coming back in the United States and guys around San Francisco started riding them again. Then Harley Davidson said, let's make these big bikes. We'll ride America with them, big bikes. And the guys that wanted to be cool said, we don't want that. So they started chopping stuff off these bikes. The first thing they started doing is getting rid of this piece of fender at the back, creating a little small fender at the back here. And then you took every piece of chrome off it all around here that were absolutely useless. It was just decorations. Stripped it right down and used to strip them down so much that they actually put dental mirrors here. So the mirror was like 1 inch around. Then they started raising the handlebars a little bit higher and extending the forks out. Got a whole new look on the bike.
In the post-war era, customizing one's motorcycle was all about being different. rebelling and being free. Modifying one's bike meant hacking off extraneous parts to improve handling, increase performance, and make a bold statement. It's in the early 1950s that people really started chopping their own bikes, and the image of the outlaw as rider of the customized modern horse is born. Hollywood movies like The Wild One thrust the image of the leather-clad bad boy Hellraiser into the American psyche.
The Wild One started the ball rolling. It wasn't really until the movie Easy Rider came out, though, that it just exploded. There was a whole generation of people who were rejecting society, and Easy Rider became the symbol of what people, these type of people, wanted.
Donnie Peterson has been chopping bikes at his shop, Heavy Duty Cycles, for over 30 years.
I've also been a member of so-called outlaw motorcycle clubs probably for the last 35 years, and it's given me a very good life so far. I enjoy my work greatly. The modern chopper rider that has lots of disposable income, they just go and chrome and they paint and they do whatever. Well, the bikers of the day, they did it with elbow grease, and so if they took an aluminum part, they would polish it, and they would polish it to a high luster to look like chrome. But it was all done through labor with no money.
There were no custom parts houses back then, so riders had to modify parts themselves. Why would you want to modify a part? Apparently just because.
In the area that I'm from, for example, ape hangers evolved from shopping carts. But you would cut them out, because it was basically free. You stole the shopping cart, and then you got your hacksaw, and you cut out this appendage, and then you bolted it onto your motorcycle. And this was the type of thing that was done. So the outlaw bikers of the day, they started extending these forks. They would make slugs, and they would be appendages that would just screw into the existing forks, and they would crystallize and break and cause all kinds of bike accidents. As time went on, customizers such as myself and others, we made fork tubes, and we made them longer so that they were safe. Now we had a situation where the bike was up on an angle like this. So then the style became, well, maybe we still want the long forks, but we wanted the angle to go like this. So what we do is we take the neck here and we cut it. And then we arch it out and we weld in new steel plates, and then we fold it over and paint it and make it look really nice. Now we have a long, sleek bike with your long forks. So instead of the bike being up like that, it goes down like that. Instead of being this long, it starts to get that long. And this is how all the different styles evolve.
Looks were just one part of the aesthetic. Chopping your ride also involved modifying for sound.
In the old days, you would just take the muffler, be added onto here, and you just hacksaw it off. So now you're getting individualism both visually and through noise.
For die-hard riders like Tattoo Tony, this is the true heart of choppers and chopping. Do-it-yourself, old-school, hardcore. Working with Donnie at Heavy Duty Choppers, Tattoo Tony helps keep the original essence of chopping alive today.
I take it as a reflection of who I am, and that's what I try to do, you know? Some of the things that I'm interested in, some of the things that I believe in, some of my personality goes into the bike, and I think that buying a bike off the shelf and getting on it and riding it, I mean, again, no offense, and that's great if that's what you like to do, and a lot of them are very nice bikes, but I don't think there's anything personal in that. I think it's more of taking something off a line that everyone else has got. Maybe you're number 46 and he's got number 47. Well, I've got number 1 of, and I think that's one of the biggest attractions for me. If I try to bring some of that tradition into this era and try to keep it alive as much as I can. Like we used to joke around all the time, you know, I built this bike with a pair of vice grips and a hammer, man, so see what you can do with that, right?
In less than a century, we went from this to this.
Yesterday's chopper was a symbol of the nonconformist hands-on rebel. Many choppers today are actually handcrafted for the rich and well-heeled among us. So stick around and see what your imagination in a cool 150 Gs can get you nuts. Rock and roll!
Born out of the 1960s, the original chopper aesthetic of less is more has, well, it's changed. High-end chopping is all about custom building highly individualized motorcycles from the ground up. If you can imagine it, they can build it. George Chor is the driving force at Creator Custom Motorcycles.
Initially, what I try to do is instill trust from the client. And I think that's the biggest thing. If he trusts you and sees that you know you're on the same page, then you're good to go. And there's a lot of interaction. That makes it exciting. It allows you to sort of, you're not building the same bike over and over again. It allows you to go certain ways with it and go a little bit further each time. So that's kind of cool. I enjoy that.
Whatever makes you happy, little Georgie boy.
There's only a few customers that really kind of change what I do.
Right.
Majority of them are like, oh yeah, that's wicked, it's perfect.
Are they frightened of you? Is that why they say it, or do you think you just...
Building one of these marvels is a multi-stage process that takes thousands of hours. Every part in the evolving bike is handcrafted and machined. Frames are stretched and bent and extended, sometimes to fit a newly crafted gas tank, a hand-built exhaust system, or simply to house a spanking new, finely tweaked engine.
Do you know what motor's going to go in this bike already?
Yeah.
Okay, so do you start with that and then build around?
Yeah, that's a big part because the Evolution style engine is a completely different motor mount setup. So you'd want to know whether you're going to go the newer generation, which is the twin cam, or the older generation, because that kind of determines which way you're going to go with the frame.
If the frame's the body and the engine's the heart, the gas tank and the paint job are the soul of the chopper. Building the tank involves shaping sheet metal into organic curves. Designers use a hand tool called the English wheel to stretch, shrink, and coax the metal into the desired form.
This is how you roll steel. You put it in the wheel and you move it back and forth, and you get a profile. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it could take 10 hours of rolling, sometimes it could take 5, depending on what kind of profile you want. You really gotta watch your fingers too. You get a blowout. So if you get your finger caught in between the wheel, it'll blow the blood out in front of your finger when it squeezes it. It's not real pleasant.
Chopping's a lot like surgery. You need a rock-steady hand and impeccable hand-eye coordination. You also need time. I don't have a lot of time here, so let's tackle something simple, like building a battery box.
Wait till George sees me. Hey, George, how you doing, buddy? Is this yours?
Yeah, that's mine.
That's cool.
We're building the battery to fit right in here. That's where we're clearanced all that out. So the battery sits right underneath here.
Right. And this is the plasma cutter.
It's the plasma cutter.
Do I wear a mask?
Nah.
Oh. Or you want me to freehand it?
Freehand.
Oh my God. All right. Good stance?
A little bit wider.
So right on there?
Yep.
Dude, I can't see anything.
Like that, eh?
I rushed it.
Go ahead, push it, push it.
I
There
can
you
bend
go.
steel. Ow! I shouldn't be
You
back
weren't
here
supposed
playing
to
with
touch
these.
the hot spot.
You told me bend it. Is that okay?
Yeah, you're
At
gonna
what point
live.
do you call
You're gonna
911?
live. You'll be okay.
Okay.
Don't touch that. That would be hot.
Here we go. Ready? Cut in. Come back.
That was crap.
That one was crap. It's because of your straight edge.
Do a good one. Same thing. No good.
No good. Here we go.
Oh, looking good. Ah, there you go.
Damn it. And they're going to think it was some sort of editing trick. It wasn't. I swear to God it wasn't. How much are you going to sell this bike for?
Now?
The sky's the limit as far as sticker price goes with today's road beast. Factory-designed Harley-Davidson meant to look like a chopper could set you back, let's say, $30,000. Built from scratch by George and the boys at Creator, we're talking serious money. Kind of like, do I want a motorcycle or, say, a second house type money.
Over the years, there's been a proliferation of new riders hitting the road, and the chopper is no longer solely the domain of the badass biker. There's a whole new breed of rider riding these things. CEOs, dentists, soccer moms, even grandmas. But I bet Grammy couldn't kick it like this. Oh, Grammy.
I present to you the Niagara Falls chapter of the Chrome Divas. The all-woman motorcycle club was founded just a few years ago in the US. With over 4,000 riders, Chrome Divas are going strong.
Our age group goes from age 16 right up to 72. The majority of the women, I would say, range between 30 and 50. They're done with their kids, or the kids have grown older, they've got more time, and once you teach them to ride, that's it. They don't want to stay home, they want to get out on their machines. When you're at the back and you get on a hill and you just kind of look down at all these dedicated women in front of you, it just sends a warm feeling right through your body. I get butterflies because I have so much fun.
I started riding because I didn't want to be a passenger anymore. Sitting on the back was boring. I take on passengers, but I'm never a passenger myself.
The thing about having a motorcycle like this is that I know that when I crank that throttle, I'm gone.
People say to me, how many tattoos do you have? Well, personally, I don't have any. And I always tell people I'm not a biker, I'm a female motorcycle enthusiast.
In the past decade, the diversification of riders and machines has exploded. We'll hang on tight. Up next, the future.
It's fairly obvious what these guys all really want to be driving. You know, motorcycles and choppers are increasing in popularity. I'm not talking about my breed of hog. Hog! Hog! Hog!
In 1986, Harley-Davidson's stock went public. By 2001, its value had increased an astonishing 15,000%. And that's just Harley-Davidson. A man at the cutting edge of the New World Order for choppers is Tom Langton.
When I design a bike, I look historically at the basis of the design, what that bike looked like during that time period. This bike was designed around the 1960s period chopper, where everything's excessive. A little too high, a little too long, with the Springer front end that's a little unmanageable. Narrow handlebars for splitting lanes in California. The bike's aptly named El Camino, which in Spanish means the road or the way. And obviously with choppers, I mean, it's all about the road and getting out there and kind of zoning out.
For Langton, chopping is a fine and delicate art, and taking it to the next level is what it's all about.
So if that bike represents a modern day chopper, I designed this bike to be the modern day anti-chopper. This bike was designed with that European flair, where everything's blacked out, sort of the no-nonsense approach, no chrome, nothing really shiny on the bike. This is not typically the motorcycle experience Saturday afternoon. This is more Saturday night, running for pink slips on the freeway.
No matter how wicked the design, function is still key. Langton's bikes are made to make eyes pop and pavement scream. There's no point in building it if you can't ride it.
My 55 pan shovel's by far my favorite bike. I often refer to it as like the ultimate girlfriend. I mean, it's a 10 when you're standing there looking at it, everybody oohs and ahs over it, but when you get on to ride it, you don't like it so much anymore. It definitely epitomizes that love-hate relationship you have with a vintage vehicle. You love to own them, but you hate to work on them, and you hate the problems that constantly crop up.
Langton's approach and designs have earned him cult star status, as well as numerous international awards. In recent years, chopper mania has hit a fever pitch. An explosion of TV shows have thrust choppers and their builders well into the spotlight. But where's it all going? What's in store for the evolution of the chopper? That's the question. For an old school rider and chopper like Donnie Peterson, the soul of chopping is in its roots.
I'm starting to see a glimmer of hope. We have some young people that are coming into the store now, and they're attempting to build their own bikes, and that's great. Picture of you on there? You're one with your machine. You work on it, you create it, you baby it, you ride it, it takes care of you, and you take care of it.
With Donnie's help, Roland Brooks is creating his own beast.
My concept is that if you buy a dealership car or bike and you don't change it, it's not yours. So I bought the frame in '99, and I've been piecing it since then. I had to become somewhat of a miniature hermit just to get this bike done, because I had to push myself at work and work 15 hours a day. And when it's time for me to go out with my friends, I couldn't do that because I had to learn how to build this. So it took a lot out of me for that 6 years, but I love what I was doing, so it was not a problem at all.
Well on your way to being a bad guy.
For guys like Tattoo Tony, nothing even comes close.
At the end of the day, when I get off my bike, my arms are sore, my back is a little sore, my legs are tired. You know, I mean, if I wanted to sit on one of those deckers with air suspension and things like that, it's almost as if I was riding my easy chair, because I have one of those at home too. It has a remote control beside it, and it's great. But you know what? That's for whoever likes that type of thing. For me, anyway, it's in the blood. It's part of who I am. I think that they'll be having to pry my bony old fingers off my handlebars to get me off my bike.
How can I sum that up? I don't know, I just love the freedom. I ride motocross and I ride big bikes, but the final ride is my custom. You can never get me off my custom, and I ride it pretty hard and I enjoy riding, but it's the freedom. You just can't replace the freedom.
Chopper's come a long way in the last 50 years. Who knows where it's going to be headed in the future, but wherever it's headed, my eardrum. But wherever it goes, it's going to be a hell of a loud ride. Rock on. There's the car alarm.